So today we are going to go to Turkey, going for a hair transplant. I just thought I'd document it on here so you can follow the journey, because I don't have a clue what's going to go on, and you might not either, so you can follow my steps as we go, and then go through the whole recovery process as well. Just give you a little bit of an insight if you are thinking of doing a similar thing. So I'll show you how we're getting on at the moment. So if you can see, I mean, it's not too bad, it's not too bad at all, but I thought, you know, we can go a little bit further down and neaten it up a bit, make it a bit thicker. So I will, like I say, we're going to set off soon, and you can just follow along with us. So we are packed up. We are going from Manchester today, so a bit nervous now, a little bit nervous. So let's see how it goes.
Stop, creep, grip that, squeeze. She wanna fuck with the elbows, fuck with the gang, them dog, obese. Och man keepers active, no pritoina, kina fuck det är prova. No drömt det kom på det går, jag inte spia, så shit-bojas. Whoa, mask on, strapped up, let's go. One beef, got pull, let's go. Got my guitar, let's rock and roll. Whoa, mask on, strapped up, let's go. One beef, got pull, let's go. Got my guitar, let's rock and roll. These man can lie to their fans, lie on the gram. We know what go on in the streets. They rap on drill, never let that beat their needs. They turned bad last week. They can never handle the shit man seen. I can turn that block to 100 degrees. Show me to the boss, I don't pick on the weak. The chief shot rock, then I let that squeeze. The chief shot rock, then I let that squeeze. Civilians screaming, leaving, please better hold this cool and these sweets come free. I don't know who's giving these victims fame, but trust me, that's gonna change in a 535 when I'm switching lanes. Or a ding dong wick, then I change them plates. Don't talk like you're on that, stop that. Last time I checked, you're not on that. Stop that bitch boy, know where the gang does. Hold that, fuck verbal, straight contact. I know all the Albanian drillers and I don't know you. Who the fuck is my man? If you're bad then you're really on smoke, on my rise, it's whoosh for your LV coat. Stop, creep, grip that, squeeze. She wanna fuck with the elbows, fuck with the gang, them dog, obese. All my sheepers active, no pritoina, kina fuck that.
We are back from Aesthetic Hair. At 5:20 this morning, we get a phone call at the hotel to say we're going to get picked up at 6. So we didn't get the breakfast this morning. Got the taxi over to Aesthetic Hair, filled in the forms, passport, and then had a consultation, got the payment sorted out. Then I had to go for our blood test for like hepatitis, B and C, and HIV. Thank God, none of them came up. And then, get the old head shaved. They asked if you had any pictures, which I did take a couple on the phone, just for my peace of mind, because I wanted them to understand what I wanted. And then it was like time to get going. So the worst part was probably the first injections. So initially, I think there must have been about 30 injections in the back of the head, just getting the anaesthetic in there and getting it numb. And then probably the second worst is laying on your front with your sort of head down and through a hole, and then having to move it side to side for prolonged periods of time. The whole procedure there took me about 3 hours. So it wasn't comfortable, there was nothing really to do. It was a matter of me just sort of trying to keep my mind busy, not knowing what's going on, just sort of staring at the floor. And that was probably the hardest bit for me, to be honest. So after the sort of short break, then it was time to get it put into the hairline. So as you can see here, I've just straightened up this hairline across. I did have some bits coming down here to make that a little bit thicker, and then there was actually more than I thought, sort of thinning on the top ones to shave my head, because I never shave it, which they then put, if I just put the head down, you might be able to see. So I've got some at the back, and then there's a few more that they've just tried to thicken it up there. So in total, when I asked, I'd had 3,000 grafts. So that whole procedure, the last part took again another 3 to 4 hours. So it was about 6 to 7 hours in total. The thing what they did when we were sort of sat up and they were putting it in the top, they put something across your eyes. I mean, they were saying initially, you know, you could chat to the doctor, you could fall asleep. I could not fall asleep. For the price compared to what you pay in England, it's good. So we've just got to see how this goes. Hotel. Now, one of my other friends is still in there. He had another 2 hours to go, so I don't actually know how much he's had put in. Ben, who came he had 2,600 grafts. So it's not like a dead set amount. They will sort of see how much they think you require and go on that, but it is for the same price. We did get the injection where they take your blood and then they filter it, they spin it, and then just get the plasma. PRP, just because it's meant to help thicken when it starts to grow through, and it can also help with the existing hair as well. So we definitely did that. That cost another $200. So all in all, it was 1,700 quid. Like I said, these are 3,000 grafts plus the PRP injection. You know, bed and breakfast for 3 nights, and then taxis from the airport to here, and then back to the clinic today and tomorrow, and then another taxi back finally when we're going to go home. So like I say, it is a bit of an all-inclusive package. Everyone was very polite there. I can't fault the staff in any way. There's just a slight language barrier, but if you get your phone you can always do Google Translate. But yeah, I will keep you updated. Tomorrow we've got the checkup. I think they're going to take these bandages off, give it a clean. So now I'm not allowed to sleep horizontally. We've got to sleep sitting up, which is going to be, it's not going to be fun. That's for sure. So let's see how we get on with that. So first night done. Pain was alright, it just feels a bit tight. I mean, I look like a walking potato at the moment just because of swelling. So hopefully that'll go down. We've got some meds, so we've got the prednisolone that'll help with that, and just some antibiotics that we're taking. So yeah, sleeping up is not ideal. However, needs must. So today we're going to go back, get the bandages off. I think we're going to get have a bit of a clean as well. They use like some spray that they then show you how to use. You spray it on and then like leave it for 45 minutes. So it'll be a day of a bit of sitting around, but then we're going to have a little bit of a wander around Istanbul, see what joys we can find out there. So yeah, I'm happy with how it's gone so far. Looks cool. So Luke, who was in there another couple of hours, he got 4,100 grafts. I got 3,000 and Ben got 2,600. It's all for the same price, so it's just like I said, needs must. They sort of see how many you think you need. The only problem with getting like loads of grafts is the donor area can only give like so much, so you just got to be careful that they don't over harvest, so it's going to still come back and look alright. It is 10 o'clock now. We're getting picked up at 11 to go to the clinic. I'll give you a closer look. And I have no idea what this plaster is on the front of my head. They're probably just doing it because we're English, just to take the piss. And then on the top, like I said, it'd be nice to get these bandages off. It just all feels very sort of pulled in at the moment. And once that swelling goes down, I'll be a lot happier. And then once this bit of felt tip pen comes off here as well. So yeah, hotel's nice, been for breakfast, so that's all good, all included in the price. So yeah, let's go get these bandages taken off.
I'm from East, how'd you know that? I give green lights, getting it done is Albanian, I don't care, still get bun. I'm flying OT with a loaded gun. If I never got paid, I'll do it for fun. When the elbows link with Marlies, Yardies and Bengalis, you know it's peak. Rise that mop and I leave man leaking. Look mumsy, I made BBC. I don't rep no block anywhere in Europe I step. I'm strapped, let alone UK with a pagans at. Stop, creep, grip that, squeeze. She wanna fuck with the elbows, fuck with the gang, them dog, oh bish. Och my sheep is active, no pritojna, kina fuck det är prova. No junte kompo det goja, tinte spia, så she pojas. Whoa, mask on, shut up, let's go. One beef, got pull, let's.
So back from the clinic, bandages have been taken off now. So yeah, pretty painless, nothing really bad that happened today. There was one point where they took the bandages off and he said, oh, small problem. And I'm like, what now? What's this going to be? But it was just that when he was taking the bandages off, it just made it bleed a bit. So they just stopped that, put the antiseptic on, and then we got sold some very expensive shampoo to bring back that we didn't realise wouldn't go in our hand luggage because of the liquid amounts. So we're going to have to get a suitcase and then bring it back in that. So yeah, I didn't think about that at all, but I don't think many people in there did. So back from the clinic, bandages taken off. pretty painless, nothing really bad today. There was one thing when they took the bandages off, they did say that there was a small problem, and I'm like, what now? But all it was, when he was taking them off, there was just a little bit of bleeding, so they stopped that and then put the anaesthetic on. And then we got taken into a room and they told us how to sort of care for it, how to do the shampoo, because they couldn't do that today. We've got to wait and do that tomorrow, so I'll wait till I'm back in England and get that done. Bit of a spray that you put on for 45 minutes, leave it there, and then you've got to like tap it. So yeah, not too bad at all. They did then go into a bit of a sales pitch with some shampoo for 6 months, which we fell for. So we've got that, some special shampoo, some vitamins. They didn't say finasteride, so what they were saying was when you take finasteride, it thickens the hair, obviously when it's growing through, but then when you stop, then taking the finasteride, then that stops as well. So I don't know, I might make my own decision on that, where I'm going to use it, because the majority of people that I know have had it done have used finasteride as well. Yeah, apart from that, the shampoo, when we bought it, we realised we're not going to be able to bring it in our hand luggage because there's only a certain amount of liquid allowance, so that means we're going to have to try and find a suitcase to put it in and check that in. But yeah, apart from that, that's today's done. It's very... They seem to have like taken a lot from like this one of my sides here. But yeah, I'm quite happy with how it's looking. Just need the damn thing to grow now.
Live, you're not China, straight from the supplier. When the beef's on top, spit highlights so Saddam Hussein, cause the gang insane. I'm scatty, and I know that, I'm from East, how'd you know that? I give green lights, getting it done is Albanian, I don't care, still get bun. I'm flying OT with a loaded gun. If I never got paid, I'll do it for fun. When the elbows link with Marlies, Yardies and Bengalis, you know.
Yes guys, we're back in England, back at home after that trip. So I had my first wash last night. The whole process takes about an hour and a quarter to an hour and a half. As you can see, I managed to get off some like the bandage marks and things. So not looking too bad, just look a bit like a cheese grater at the moment, especially the back where they've taken the hairs out. But apart from that, I'm quite happy with how it's gone. So we went Thursday, came back Sunday, and today I've got the day off work because I just thought recovery wise it might be a wise thing to do. Sleeping is still a bit of a pain, so I'm just managing to go onto the sofa, just recline back and put the neck pillow on just so the head's not touching anything. I think after about 5 days you can lay down as long as your head's not touching anything, but simply due to swelling, it's not good to have your head down because that anaesthetic that they put in is still in, so it can move around and just make it a bit more swollen. I'm having some painkillers, just paracetamol, just because it is still a bit sore at the back of the head now. Just being outside and it's cold in England, and having no hair doesn't help, so I'm just going to grow this a little bit longer just to protect the face. So 10 days I think you can start wearing a hat, which I'm looking forward to because it just looks a bit strange at the moment. It's alright in Turkey walking around because it's pretty common over there, but over here you do get a few looks. Experience, the staff are really helpful, good communication on most parts, apart from that one day where their internet went down, but that can't be helped. Yeah, and from start to finish, been looked after well and saved a hell of a lot of money compared to England. So let's just hope this grows through nicely. I've got to send pictures every day of the implanted area and the donor area just for them to check. But they do offer like a guarantee. So if it doesn't work, they will do a modification operation. But I tell you what, I wouldn't like to go through that anytime soon. Just that whole process, and like I say, it says 100% pain-free. It wasn't, in my experience. You know, it wasn't terrible. There's worse things. But like I say, I definitely wouldn't want to do it anytime soon. So yeah, I will keep you updated with how the whole process is going on the recovery side of things now.
Stop, creep, grip that, squeeze. She wanna fuck with the elbows, fuck with the gang, them dog. Oh bish, oh bish. All my sheep is active, no pretty.